Hello, welcome back. This is session 5, episode 5 of Tipping the Scales. Welcome back. We took a break because people were busy, but we are now going to play this one. This session is going to we're now going to start introducing like character highlights per session. For this one in particular, it's gonna highlight our resident elven wizard. So that's what we're gonna do. So last time on Tipping the Scales, our party wanted to board the sandworms, which are a wrong misclassification of the sand the sand centipedes, as the party learned from a little kobold girl named Jammy. They should be called sand pods because they are from the species of Myriapoda. Anyway, after learning that the sand pods were afraid to go onto the sand because they felt some heavy and strong vibrations in the sand, the party decided to investigate. And when they did, they learned that there was a dragon turtle thrashing about in the sand, and they had to take care of that with the help of Johnny and Hop. They eventually subdue the dragon turtle and reunite it with its child as they go drift away into the sand sea. The sand pods were calmed down, and they were able to board the sand pod train thing, and the Scalebreakers decided to assign a leader, which is Satanael. They had some conversation on the train, and a few days after, they arrive, or they are nearing Azraq. So let me move their token. This is so nice. Like, you guys have a logo now because I can just do this on the map. It's pretty cool. Let's say
I love it, man.
Let's say you're arriving there. Anything you guys want to do on the train before you are arriving?
Sure. I'll take this time to share some knowledge I learned from passengers and also some books that I brought with me along the way to the party. So I gather everyone up and I say to them in our carriage, because I'm imagining there's like a room for us, like in a train, where we can just sit together in one room.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the setting?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. So I pipe up and say that, okay everyone, based on my research, it seems that Azraq is a city that always has a magical storm that's brewing. They may just put that up because they're powering the city. So while we're there, make sure that you try to stay dry and try to avoid the lightning strikes that regularly pop up in the area. So I look at Ronin and I say, you should probably think of something to do for Roy, especially since he's made out of metal completely. And I would have said this to Jack too, but he's not here today. So, yeah.
I have a question though, like when you say magic storm, is it like a wild magic storm or just like a storm charged with magic? Like, what's the visual here?
What's the visual here? Wayne, do you want to elaborate on the visual?
Yeah, okay. So as Satan is describing this, you all start hearing from the distance, boom. And as you look outside your windows, in the distance where the terminal ends at Azraq, there are dark clouds hovering over the skies all around and through towards into the city. It is very odd because the clouds don't like naturally end or dissipate like towards like the exterior of the sand terminal or of the terminal. It's as if there's an invisible wall that circles their whole like city, and you can see the clouds like move up and like down against the wall as if there's a force field there. And the storm clouds regularly shine and crackle with as like lightning and electrons in the clouds charge up, and then they one lightning strikes down onto the building, the terminal building, and on the terminal building there is a roof. Imagine so imagine like imagine if this were like the building, right? And then the roof is here. But instead of the roof being connected to the building like this one, it's kind of elevated a little bit, and then it has like metal pillars that connect it to the rest of the building on the corners. And and in the middle of the roof, it's like a metal frame, and then it's glass, and then there are like spires and like pillars or acting as like antennae or whatever. And one lightning strikes it, and the lightning coats the disconnected roof, going down the metal stands on each corner and into the building. And you can see inside the windows of the buildings the lights glow ever brighter as the lightning strikes it, and continually powering the building as you guys arrive. There is rain, the storm is brewing. That is what's happening.
Okay.
Yeah. And while we're looking at that, I also tell Ronin, this place might actually be the best place for a person such as yourself. You might find that there's lots of things you can do to increase Roy's capabilities.
That could be true, yes.
And then I say, however... Oh no.
Yeah, I should like
So, Raf?
yeah.
You should what?
I should make sure that Roy is taken care of just in case he's like a magnet for a lightning strike or something.
Okay.
Exactly. And then I do say as well that it is marvelous, really. However, one thing that they haven't made yet is something that can store all of that energy. It depends on the electricity to strike those towers all the time. So, interesting. That might be an avenue for someone like Antoine or yourself to discover something new.
Yeah, that's true. What else could we know about the city? Like, I don't know. Is there something important we should not be doing while we're in the city, like chew gum or something?
That's an interesting question. Is there any taboos we should know about, Wayne?
Taboos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me think about it. Nothing. Like culturally, nothing too different from Ixoria, right? Don't openly kill dragons within the city, whatever. But I guess like it's like safety measures are like don't touch the metal frames of like the buildings, and like where you see the lightning passes when it flows through when the lightning strikes. Don't touch those things. You also see that by the time you like actually go down the terminal, you start hearing the sounds of like above game, the sounds of engines, right? So instead of having like carriages being pulled by live mounts like camels or like whatever, or like horses, they have they now have like electric cars, but the cars have like a large antenna like on the back, and the engine is like in the back. It's not like the engine is in the front. So lightning has to like every now and then or regularly like strike the cars that move around the city so that they can keep on going.
My god, this entire city is a hazard, man. You could get electrocuted at any given moment.
No, I don't think so. It's not like we're gonna like walk into, wires and stuff.
Hang on, while I
Well-
fix my my mic. Wait.
Yeah, sure. We're just like talking in character right now.
This place is like a steampunk haven,
Yeah, and then I say to Evraen and Sattori, have you ever been to a place like this before? Well, maybe Sattori no, but Evraen, have you been to places like this before?
Yeah.
Is Khen speaking? I can't hear
Yeah,
him.
I just said no. I said no.
Oh, okay, I didn't hear that.
Oh.
I see. Very well done.
Have you been to a place like this, Satanael? Or is the Starflower Isles kind of like this, but better?
I'm pretty sure the Starflower Isles is not constantly raining. By the way, that's one other thing. So it's constantly raining here as well. So it might be raining right now while we're
Oh.
docking off. Yeah.
Wait, so if it's constantly raining, it's not might. It is raining, right? Oh, unless we're not there yet.
Oh, we're there, I think. We just landed on the terminal.
Yeah, so I'll say you guys
I'm-
have landed at the terminal. It is constantly raining, that is correct. Let me know when you're like off the train and like, approaching the like the stall that, oh my god, my mic.
Oh, shit.
Okay, Wayne, you can do it.
You got this, man.
Show that Mike who's boss.
What the fuck?
It's being uncooperative,
It's the real encounter of the session.
Yeah,
Mike.
is the real.
Speaking of Mike,
Yeah.
of Mike, only Wayne will understand. Mike. It's a bit spoiler too.
Are we? Are
No
we
one's gonna watch Breaking
walking
Bad,
around?
right?
We're walking around with a guy named Mike. What's happening?
No one's gonna watch Breaking Bad, right?
I don't think so.
Our
Yeah.
viewers might.
Mike.
Our viewers might.
Or Mike. That feels sad.
Uh,
I'm so lost, man. I'm so sorry. Whoever.
No,
gets
I'm not. I'm gonna stop my thingy because only Wayne and I can understand. And someone in the YouTube will accidentally watch this and get spoiled.
Okay, my dude. How thoughtful of you.
I wanted to also talk about the entire reason why we're coming here, which is to investigate these high priests. I still don't know like what did Mia tell us exactly what to do? Like, do we walk up to them and ask them, "Hey, did you do this?" Or do we like sneak around their house and eavesdrop on them? Like,
How
what did
about
she
we
want?
don't do anything illegal first? Let's
Yeah,
do things
so-
through the proper channels.
So we're walking up to them and we're like, "You promise you're not involved in this, okay?" Like,
I mean,
because if we find out,
if that's what they wanted us to do, why didn't they do it themselves?
right? That's a good question too. Like, why'd you send? Okay. Like,
Okay.
Are we just here to tell them like you better not be doing this?
Okay,
That's naughty
chill.
behavior.
Hang on. The reason why they're not doing it themselves is because if you remember,
They're-
Mia said that they're running low on people because
There we go.
a lot of the Montu have been deployed all around the world, doing their job, capturing and rehabilitating dragons. And Exoria
Yes.
has not been attacked in years. So
There we go.
yeah, this was a shock to them.
Mhm.
And because you guys had proven yourselves competent enough to do this, you've been requested to be the team to visit Azraq.
Okay.
As for like strategies with how you want to conduct your investigation, that's up to you. But
Okay.
I personally don't think it's smart to like, accuse them or like ask them
Yeah.
outright.
Yeah.
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 What the
We
frick,
have
man?
We have to do some political maneuvering here, basically. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
why I said in the end of the previous episode, we need to establish contact people.
Yeah.
Because,
Okay.
at the very least, we come in here, we get to know the folks, we get to know the politics, and any
Yeah.
other relevant info we need to know.
All right.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you guys get down the train, approach one of the ticket booths, and then the lady behind the counter. Imagine like what's the name of that girl or that woman in Monsters Inc. who's like Mike Wazowski. Like
Oh my god, I
Her
forgot.
name is Raz. I
Raz.
think.
Oh,
So
right.
Yeah.
I imagine like a very old dragonborn behind one of the booths. Her name is Zar. She has like a name tag named Zar, and she's like,
Perfect.
"Good afternoon. My name is Zar. Welcome to the city of Azraq. After dropping off your boarding passes, please proceed to the corner over there to claim your complimentary and customary storm coats."
Oh,
There you go.
ask Czar. And what do these storm coats do exactly? Clearly,
That's
we're
the-
not from here.
An interesting question, but here's a question for you as well. What do raincoats do?
What do they do, Satanael?
Very well then. I
I
understand.
raise my hand. I can answer that.
I love her enthusiasm.
Zar just looks at Sattori. Yes,
It's guilty from the rain.
exactly. And because Azraq is a storm-covered city, it would be wise and smart to assume that storm coats. And she's waiting for Sattori to finish her sentence.
Actually, from
I
cold.
whisper.
Those
I
storms.
whisper. I wish. Oh, I was gonna say that. I whisper that it protects from storms.
Exactly.
Yes.
Good job, everyone. Now, would you please move on so I can now cater to the customers behind you? And there's like a whole group of people like behind you, like, when, hey, hurry up.
Oh, we're so sorry.
Very
go,
well
guys.
then. Let's put on these coats then, shall we?
All right.
How do they look
yeah.
like, Wayne?
They are made of like rubber and plastic, kind of like raincoats, but they, aside from that, they include a special set of boots that have like a metal sole, and the metal connects upwards into like a metal wire that this is so difficult to describe, but a metal wire that extends out. You know what, let me try to
I usually just say magic, man. Fuck. I just say like magic, just magic.
okay, so
It's like a Faraday.
imagine you have a boot, right?
Cage.
Like a boot,
Oh,
and
God.
it
Yeah.
extends outward, and then you have like a
Yes.
metal wire that goes out from the boot and connects itself to the coat itself, and the coat
Yeah.
itself also has like flexible metal wires all around, and then
Oh, that's
like a very tiny antenna at the top of the hood. And then when you exit the terminal, you see these other people like wearing these coats, and then every now and then when the lightning strikes, it strikes a building, but then it might hop onto these people's like antennas, but then because they're grounded, the electricity just goes through the coat down to the boots and into the ground safely.
Oh, that's so cool.
I gotta give it to you, man. You know, like this is not. We're not gonna be here for long.
No, he's painting a picture for us,
no,
and I
no.
like that.
We might be here for a long time, dude.
Say
Might
magic.
be our whole campaign, man.
No. But there you go. So that's
Give a cloverleaf. Fuck. I would never go through this with the elements and fucking magic. Sprinkle with magic on
it's
it.
just magic. Anyway, so that's what they look like. As you guys are collecting your storm coats and putting them on, Satan, from behind you, like I imagine like you're sitting at like a bench, right? And then
Yeah.
the bench is also like back to back with another bench behind you guys. As you guys
Okay.
a figure sits behind, and from your peripheral vision, it is a dragonborn with blue scales, and with very flowy clothing. And then as they sit down, you hear their voice, and they say, my compass seems to have broken. As she's like looking at her instrument.
Okay. I see.
Satanael hears this only, right?
If
Right,
you guys, if you're
yeah.
besides Satanael, you can also hear it.
Okay. And then I hear that. I respond with, "Oh, is it a Wilkins or a Moreau?"
With that, the blue dragonborn will whisper, I am Sarab. I will meet you behind the terminal. And then she stands up, and then she walks towards the back of the terminal, outside and towards the back of the terminal.
Okay. Then I tell the group, "Wait for me here, will you? I have some business that I must conduct alone."
Okay,
Alright.
but be careful. This is a completely new place, and we can't find you because we just got here. So be careful.
I respond by saying, "Indeed, we just got here, but I feel safe already." And I walk towards where I'm supposed to be.
Alright.
When you walk away, I just like shrug and like, what the fuck is he saying? That's what?
Okay, let's change the scene. I'll say that
Ooh,
this is what...
so cool.
Whoa.
That's exactly how I imagined it.
Yeah, but imagine like it's raining.
Like marvelous. Yeah.
There are like the buildings are lined with like metal, but yeah, this is the best art I could find. But it's great
like
art.
Marvelous.
It's really good though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's say Satan, you move over somewhere, and then Satan, the figure you see is this one.
Oh, it's you.
Yep, it is her. There you go.
Sarab. I'll have my familiar perched here too. Why not?
That's Sarab. Alright. And then Sarab says, what is your name, Wayfinder?
I'm Satanael. It's interesting. What were you doing in the desert a while back when I was looking at you?
I was about to resolve the conflict of the dragon turtles over there, but when I saw you and your group handle it by yourselves, I thought to just leave.
I see. What is one such as yourself doing here? Are you... I'm looking at my notes again.
I'll
Are
keep...
you a landkeeper of this area?
Indeed, Azraq is my home and I am the Landkeeper here. I am sure you are... If you are here now, it is because of the incident at Exoria, no?
Indeed. Do you happen to know anything about that?
I do. And then Sarab will kind of like pull you towards like an even more hidden part of like the alleys between the terminal and like some other buildings. And then she will say, she will say, a package arrived in a chest covered in chains. Since then, the guard have doubled and have become more vigilant. And when the chest arrived, the attack on Exoria shortly occurred. I do not think this is mere coincidence.
I see. Where did this chest come from?
I am not certain. It arrived on a train like you. But it is currently in the main temple over there. I assume you will be heading there to confront the the priest.
I tell Sarab, I honestly don't know what I should be doing. I know absolutely nothing about this place. I'm hoping that you can be the person that I look to in order to understand more about this domain.
This is interesting because the priest is expecting you, or at least messengers or emissaries from Exoria.
Oh? Has news traveled about what happened in Exoria and about our group in particular coming here?
I am not sure. I am not sure the priests expect your group in particular, but they have knowledge of people from Exoria visiting. I assume they would have guessed someone like the Montu or the high priests, but regardless of which group, it is expected that visitors from Exoria will be here. I do not think the priest will be causing you any trouble. That is my hope, at least. But they are expecting you, and my hope is they will be cooperative.
Well then, I ask you, Landkeeper, as my first order of business, what do you suggest I do?
Well, first you must rest, of course, from your travels. Maybe find an inn somewhere or restock on supplies. But when you are ready to go, I suggest you go see the priest. He's in that temple, and it's the biggest temple in the art. It's
All right.
with the lightning striking it.
Okay. And then, yeah, I'll follow what she says. But before I go back to my party, I ask, tell me, Sarab, how much do you know about the high priests? I don't know if they're like high priests or high priests, so based on my research, I'm not sure.
Okay. Sarab tells you and confirms with you that you know that the high priests that reside in Exoria, they must each represent the great cities of Exoria, no? Azraq, what are the names of my
Go back a map.
yeah. Azraq, Amar, Akhdar, Abiad, and Asvad. So each city has to be represented by a high priest from there, and the high priests are the ones directly under the pharaoh in terms of like hierarchy, right? The high priests frequently travel between their own home city and the main city of Ixoria, and they oftentimes leave a priest in command of the city when they are gone. And the role of the priest is usually taken by another dragonborn of their chromatic race, but it is also not uncommon for the priest role to be given to like a kobold.
Okay.
She tells you that the priest here in Azraq is a kobold, and
see.
the current high priest is not here because if you remember last time, the high priests are also going somewhere else to investigate a different city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can only talk to the priest at the moment, who's an acting high priest in a way.
Yes.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah. She continues to give you other information. She says that is the most important and I guess practical information I can share to you now. But other than that, what else? And then she thinks, oh, the Gauntlet of Gathering has begun in Gamaril, and there is something amok and crazy happening over in Kaelora, but I'm not quite sure what it is. But something more I guess threatening and scarier is that there are rumors, and she kind of whispers closer.
Okay.
There are rumors of a resurgence of the dragon breeders.
Indeed. That was my suspicion as well while we were in Ixoria.
Oh, you have proof?
I tell her about the purple dragon that we encountered, branding, and the chains, and like the ones that came from underground, where it used to be where you call this underground prisons or places to keep the dragons were before in the past. So yeah, I tell her about that.
Okay. And then she thanks you for the information as well, and then she bids you good luck.
Before she goes though, I ask Sarab, since you're a Landkeeper, how fares the world tracers in this part of the world?
She tells you that they are very much in hiding, and what else is she tells you that despite Ixoria being or like presenting itself as very open to the world right now, to all of Tarin, trying to open its doors to Tarinians and and whatever, being like peace loving whatever. She does tell you that there are still many people that especially in the different major cities, not in Ixoria in particular. In Ixoria, the pharaoh and the leaders there and the people there are very open-minded, nice, not racial at all. But in the different cities, there's still like divisions between different races, and it's obvious with like for example here in Azraq, you don't see a lot of other colored dragonborns. They're mostly blue, and there are kobolds, but although they're not treated like slaves or anything, they do feel like, or like the Dragonborns kind of like treat them like second class citizens. So there is still that there is still that in their current culture.
I see.
So yeah, so being like, so openly sharing to everyone that you're a world tracer is like, you know, putting a target on your back, your own back.
I understand. I thank her for everything, and I say, I hope we meet again, Sarab. It's good to meet someone from our org.
Indeed, it has been quite a while, and I wish you all the best luck, and I hope you find what you're looking for.
I say, oh, I'm certain I will. After all, my compass isn't broken.
Ah, it is a moral then.
Nice.
All right,
Alright. Okay, I'll go back to my party then.
Satan. As you walk towards your party, as you make the turn towards the terminal, or like where the party would be wait for you, you are suddenly pulled back as if your mind is like pulled out of your body, and your eyes roll back and you are hit with a vision. You see
Shit.
you are in a very dark forest, and the trees and the leaves like open up to what looks to be like a small hill, and the grass fades its color as it goes higher and higher into the hill until it becomes like a black, and atop the hill is a very dark and blackened tree. This tree does not have leaves. Instead, in its branches, it has black feathers. And the feathers are falling away, blowing away into the wind and turning into ash. And you are pulled back into Azraq, into Ixoria, whoosh, as the vision ends.
Okay. And yeah, from past experiences with visions, I say,
There was
like,
a lot of black in that.
yeah, in my inner thoughts, I'm like, again, but this time it was more obscure. Could this place be? And then I just kind of like take notes of that as I'm heading towards the party. The way that it seems, it could be either or. It could be a good omen, could be a bad omen.
Mm-hmm.
So for now, he's just taking note of it.
It could be a neutral omen too, you know. You're like, you see that tree, like, that's a nice tree, and then nothing comes out of it.
Wait. There are neutral omens? What's the point of it being an omen if it's neutral?
It's like an omen of like, things will be fine, you know. Like,
So that's a good omen then.
not always. It could be a boring omen.
I get where Raffe's coming from, though.
I'm just saying, like, what's the point of it being an omen if it's just like nothing?
It's fine, man. We can't like make logical things out of omens, dude. It's not logical to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a discussion of omen. Good, neutral omen. That's new.
Don't discriminate omens. God damn it, Ace.
Where are the discriminating by saying it's good or bad?
So at this point, I'll be back with the party.
Yes.
And then I think everyone's done putting on their suits, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I say, alright, I just got off a conversation with a reliable source, and I think we should head straight to the priest.
Okay. But what reliable? So you know, where did you get this information from? You had a reliable source in here the whole time.
Oh no, I was not aware that I would find someone like that here, but fate can be strange like that sometimes.
I mean, sure. Okay. All right. Could you share with us some of the facts that you got?
Sure, and then I kind of like say
Yeah.
the things that we were discussing a while ago. I have no reason to hide anything, but I won't reveal the part where like they're a world tracer and stuff.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that's just for Satan and what's her name?
Sarah.
Sarab.
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 It's like Scarab, but without a C.
That's true. That's true. Yeah,
Um,
Sarab.
Are you gonna include like the vision thingy? No, like you won't say anything.
That doesn't seem relevant, man. So like, I
Okay.
don't see any reason for Satan to share that.
Okay. When you say that, I do mention like if we're going to, be having discussions with these high priests, I might have something that could help one of us at least, with this. You see, I just need to stop by a shop and buy a vial of perfume real quick, and when I infuse it with magic, essentially, okay, I'll speak in player terms now. I'm gonna give you a perfume of bewitching, and when you put it on
Oh shit.
any creature that has a challenge rating of 1, you can get an advantage on all charisma checks with them in interactions, and they won't even know that magic was being used on them. So, but it
Shit.
lasts for 1 hour.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait,
Yeah,
so we
I-
spray it on them? Or we spray it on us and left them so...
Yeah, like we spray it on yourself or one of us,
okay.
because I can make one, and then whoever we interact with, we have like charisma
Easy.
check at that. Yeah.
Okay.
And then it turns out that the person we're talking to isn't a CUR1 monster. Aw,
Which is not bad. Like we gauge them. Oh, okay, they're dangerous-ish.
I say to Ronin, not sure I want to manipulate things, but certainly if there's no traces left behind, then
Oh,
I
yeah,
have
for
no
sure.
problem with that.
Yeah, the question is, do you want to put it on? I mean, you seem to have all the facts, and I think it'd be better if you do the speaking right now,
Very
Just thinking
well,
I'd spray it on you.
Very well then. Let's
Okay.
drop by a shop where we can buy some perfume then. And then
Yeah.
before we do that though, I ask Evraen and Sattori. Evraen, Sattori, is there anything you want to add to the plan?
I'll be talking to Melina.
Okay.
I'll be right there if something goes wrong and just point me to the right direction. Wink wink.
Wink, wink.
You
Alright,
can be, in case something goes wrong, and we get attacked by something, we can count on Sattori for sure.
I don't think anyone would try to attack us out in the open like this.
Yeah.
But wait, Khen, are you gonna be talking to Melina somewhere else, like
Yep.
in private?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe we can do that first while we're buying the perfume.
It'll just take a second. I mean, it depends. But
Sure.
Well, we'll pretend we have a conversation with Jack as well, like just to make he's there too, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, he's around.
Yeah.
Evraen, Melina. Let's go.
okay, so everyone just straight to the point. Melina, so Melina, do we have any purpose of being here aside from helping them?
Melina is like struggling with her storm coat, and then it's like raining and shit, and she's just like, I wasn't a fan of the heat from this Exorian sun, but this is just ridiculous. Like a constant storm and rain to power.
I
That's
mean,
kind of stupid.
you wanted to be here.
I didn't know that it was going to be like this. I didn't know I'd be wet constantly. And then she's like, fucking like trying to dry herself and shit.
Well, anyways, we're already here. There
Yes,
must be a reason why we're here, right?
Yes,
Aside
indeed.
from, of course, helping them.
Oh, I had a dream last night. In the carriage.
Which is
I I have a feeling it was my mother telling me something, but I'm not sure. Um, I just saw red.
red.
Like
Right.
I I just saw red, and I was walking around what seemed to be like, but I was very low to the ground, and it felt like I was walking on, like, not on my feet, but like on all fours, like I was some sort of animal. I'm not sure. And then it's confusing. But uh, in my dream, I saw a lightning strike in the sky, and so I followed it into a clearing, but then the light was too bright and I woke up.
I'm not very good at interpreting dreams.
Well, neither am I, but you asked you asked me a question. I was just answering. Anyways, if we are going to be seeing this priest, I hope we are going somewhere dry.
Well, I'm just asking, so we're here for the priest as well? Is that what you're saying?
For I don't know, but in my dream I saw a lightning strike. I followed it, and we're here where lightning strikes all the time, and then lightning strikes her, and then just goes through the ground, and then there's like steam rising up from her, and she's like, "So I guess we are in the right place."
Look, okay, I don't mean to say this as an insult, Melina, but with the way your mother's talking to you, the goddess is talking to you, what, did you do anything to anger her?
Did I do anything?
What is up with this cryptic shit? Moms don't talk to their children.
I know, right? Like, and then she just like, I know, right? Why don't gods just like talk to people normally? What's with this? Like, I'm gonna send a message through the dream.
Fucking dream shit.
I don't fucking understand. I mean, if I became a god someday and I had followers, I'd just tell them straight up, like, go here, you fucking moron. Like,
I mean, it's your kid, for crying out loud. What the fuck?
and then she continues like yo-yoing and like yelling about it.
Anyway, so that's it. We just went here because her dream with a single lightning on it.
She's not complaining about being here because it seems like that's where her mom wants her to be.
Can I feel the presence of the Shadow Queen? I might be discriminating, okay? I might be being a tad bit racist, but the place is pretty dark, right? I live in a storm and shit. This seems like a very shadowy place, So I'm just gonna ask straight up, like, out of the can, like, is this like, does her presence feel stronger here?
Can you feel the presence of them in the first place?
Sadly, there's divine sense, but it's only 60 feet.
So
I'm
going to say no.
Yeah, no, it's not really one of those things, It's not like,
Yeah. You're also not like high enough level to like just figure that out. And you also have not had like that many interactions with the Shadow Queen, so that you can so you're familiar with her presence.
yeah, so that's understandable. That's worth asking.
Yep.
So yeah, it's only just 30 feet apparently.
Okay.
Oh, no, that's different. Where is it? Divine sense. Yeah, it's 60 feet. 60 feet.
Yeah, you don't feel the presence.
Yeah. Oh wait, when I detected good and evil, you can detect good and evil until the end of the next turn. Oh, never mind. Wait, does it No, it doesn't say I just post it. We'll just talk about it later. It says it's an action you can detect good and evil. So you'll tell me if it's like a good or evil creature? Or is it just like a wording? Because I could identify celestial, fiend, undead.
I think it's just
Yeah,
that.
so
I just tell you if
right? I
if
think
they're
that.
celestial, fiend, or undead, whatever.
And you don't say if they're good or evil.
Yeah,
You could. It's just a wording to start the thingy.
Yep.
Anyway, that's it. That's it for me.
All right. Anything else from Sattori or Ronin?
Yeah, what about you, Satori? You can go first.
Nah, Satori's good. Oh, all Satori's doing is fiddling in the storm coat because she's wearing her normal clothes and then she's also wearing her cloak of Elvenkind. And now she's wearing also a storm coat. She's just fiddling around with all of that coats.
There's so many layers, man.
Yeah. I'm more coat than bird right now.
Yeah, she's like an ogre.
Oh god.
Ronan notices this, and I just are you okay, Satori? You're mostly a pile of coat now.
I know. Well, I have considered this weight training, and then start like squatting in front of Ronan.
That's good. That's a good. Okay, you don't have to squat now, but sure,
I stopped squatting.
Yeah, you can continue when we reach accommodations. You can, I don't know, Roy can spot you.
Or I can squat Roy.
That's fine too. Like he can, sure. I'd like to see that.
He's
Okay.
only 300 pounds.
I can try.
Really? Okay, strength check, athletics check.
Oh my god.
Oh
Okay,
shit,
sure.
here we go.
Actually, I have minus
Wow.
1 strength.
Yeah,
Oh wait, no. Athletics, right?
athletics.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So Roy
You
is
won
like,
that one.
what are we doing? And it's like laying straight. It's a bullshit.
It's just 9. I can try to cyborg knack it.
Oh my God, bro.
I don't think it's gonna do anything, but I'll still try to do it.
Okay.
It's 9
Yeah.
plus 1d6. Yeah, roll. 13. Is that a succeed for whatever I'm trying to do?
I'll
Squat.
say that when Roy like stiffens up over top of you and then you try to like squat down, right? Your
Yeah.
legs shake and then you try to like stand back up from the squat but then you fall down.
Okay.
Yeah.
I almost did it.
Yeah, you almost did it. And Roy is like, what was the purpose of this activity?
I explained to Roy that was for strength training, Roy. This is how meatbags just train to be stronger.
Yeah. Yeah, right,
Interesting.
come on.
So
Fuck
if
with me.
so master, if you want to get stronger, I have to carry you. He thinks that
Sure.
that he's the one being strong by by being carried.
Sure. If I get tired of walking, you can also carry me.
Oh, that is ingenious. You will become strong while resting. That is, meatbags are truly interesting creatures.
Yes, we are.
I forgot Roy's voice. Did I give him a voice?
He was like, he spoke like he was very robotic, like
Was it
kind of
like
Wall-E.
Wally? Okay. Well, okay.
Yeah.
I'll remember that. Like Wally,
Yeah.
but not like
Yeah.
a high pitched voice. Like
Yeah.
Wally. Maybe like between Wally and Iron Giant. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What else? What else you guys doing?
Yeah, should we go to the inn now? We're getting rained on.
We should go to the inn, and then, before we retire for the evening, we should also buy that perfume that you want to buy. But
Yeah,
Okay.
it's only 5 GP.
only 5, dang, son. Okay.
Yeah. So Hop and Johnny are like, we'll go look for that look for our accommodations while you go buy that perfume and whatever. We'll
Alright.
we'll meet you. And then he points to like a landmark building that looks very distinct. We'll meet over there in the like very phallic building over there in like 15 minutes.
Alright, we'll meet you at the penis tower at 10 minutes.
Yes,
You
indeed.
just respond with, isn't that supposed to be a blue dragon's horn?
Penis Tower? Penis Tower? Like penis?
It's supposed to be a penis. So I don't know. I don't know with this culture. Yeah.
A penis tower.
There you go.
Anyway, Hop, Johnny, Jack will accompany you just, for protection. Jack, you accompany them now. Okay, bye.
All right, and they go. Okay,
Okay.
I don't have a map for a market or anything, so we can just go and you guys buy.
Yeah. Yeah, we got the
Is there-
perfume.
Yeah,
and-
is there a price for that on D&D Beyond, or how much do you spend for it?
Yeah, if I remember correctly, it's like mga 5 GP lang.
Okay, you can buy that.
Yeah.
And then
And shouldn't you guys buy the potions as well? Like, I know you got them in your inventory, but like, where did you get them during the train?
In the train, lady, someone was like peddling them on the push cart.
it's like
That's where he bought it.
Okay.
like in Harry Potter, and there's like
Yeah.
a trolley. Anything from the trolley? Some health potions, please. Okay. All right.
Okay.
It's still pretty early. If you guys want to do this the next day, you can, but it is like I'd say early or mid afternoon, so there's still some time to go to the priest if you want to go.
Yeah, should we? We should go there and, I mean, Satanael, what do you think actually? Like, should we go announce?
I think I'll follow the suggestion of my contact. We should rest up first.
Okay. Alright, we'll rest up. Well,
Indeed,
We'll
I'm not
go-
sure that the priest wants to meet with us so late in the evening. Or so, basically so late in the day, rather.
that's true.
Okay.
Alright then. Let's go meet with the others at the penis tower.
God damn.
So you guys go there. Johnny and Hop are like waiting at the base, and then Johnny is like, "I understand that like it might be like it might represent like the blue dragon horn, but then it looks like a penis because there are these two spherical buildings right beside it. Like I don't understand why they did that. Like." You get my point, and Hop is like, yeah, I get your point, but like, it's like we don't gotta like always read
How
into
could
it.
it speak like that? He was Ricky. Hop was Ricky.
Hop
Remember? Hop was Ricky.
Hop was
Yeah.
right, yeah, like so. Oh my god, I forget my voices. Yeah, Hop talked more like a New York
I love
Bostonian
I love it,
accent.
'cause that's
Okay,
what
I got it.
I remember because I love it. So it's
right,
Ricky.
Yeah, so Hop is like, yeah, I get your point, Johnny, but like we don't gotta read into it too much, I mean, it's just a fucking building. We don't gonna like think it's like, what the problem is? The problem is us people, like always looking at things and pointing at it and saying.
You see Evraen just nodding right behind him. Yeah, exactly.
Why do we gotta compare buildings to penises, huh?
And then I just mutter, why does it always have to be a euphemism? All the time.
Yeah. Exactly. There's like shot, like looks. Oh, Oh, Evraen, hey, you're over there. Where the rest of the? Oh, there they are, and then the rest of you arrive.
We're here.
All right, so we got a good deal down at a little inn down the road. It's called fucking it's called it's called Nidoten Inn. Witch. It's called the Nidoten Witch.
Yep, you're not making this easier, man.
Is it like are you are you reversing the words Nintendo?
No, I'm not. No.
Okay, it's fine. Nendo Witch.
What the fuck? That's the name.
Nidoten Inn.
It's Nidoten Witch. Okay, I'll write it down.
It's
Nidoten
a witch from Nidoten.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep on, man.
Okay.
The Nidoten Witch. Yeah. The
Yeah.
Alright.
Nidoten is a region, near somewhere else in Tarin.
Okay. Okay. We will go there.
Okay.
The Nidoten Inn. Here we go.
New
Oh
region.
no, wait, I put this
In
in
a
the wrong-
franchise, that was
Okay.
in franchise.
Sure. You guys enter. This is gonna be so stupid. Enter the inn, and Zar is on the bar.
Oh my god.
She's like, "Hello, welcome to the Nidoten Witch. I'll be serving you tonight." Zar on the bar. What will you be having, gents? So stupid.
We got a room. The two fellas over here said we got a room.
Oh,
I'm
you're
not
with
laughing,
Johnny
Ronan's
and
not laughing.
oh, you're with
yeah.
Johnny and Hop. Yeah,
Yes.
you guys got rooms on the second floor. It's the one. It's room, two JZ and the room, 50 kilos. What the fuck am I talking about? I don't fucking know. Those are the labels on the doors, I guess.
You label your rooms 50 kilos? Okay. Let's go, guys.
Come on, guys, give him a break. He just freaking explained the fucking code, man.
No,
I
The
just-
raid code because
This
it
is
says
the
magic.
this is
I
the
know.
extent.
Give him a break.
This is the extent of
know.
my world building.
He has explained the code, okay, the entire region. That you
No,
can easily say
listen.
magic.
Yes.
Listen,
This one.
this is just
Give
how
him a break,
Ronin
okay?
reacts.
This one.
This is
Yes.
how Ronin reacts. He's
Room
just
2
like, what?
JZ.
Let him bring a fucking room, whatever it was.
50.
I know,
Don't let it-
I'm just reacting. I'm just reacting to how Ronin reacts, okay?
Imagine though if he does have an entire lore building behind the room.
Oh my god.
In that room, 3 people died by hanging them.
Hence the name. Hence
That's
the
the
name.
name. 2JZ. Oh god.
Oh my god.
Alright, guys. Let's go to room 2JZ.
It could be some rapper, you never know.
Yeah,
Fucking
Jay-Z.
rapper name. Like 2 Chains, you know what I mean? 2 Jay-Z.
Yo, I got
Rappers in the
I got
group.
something prepped for you. You enter and you open 2 JZ. There is a record player on the far end of the room,
Oh,
and
shit.
there is a vinyl on it,
Oh,
and on the vinyl it says "Big Music,"
shit. Let's go!
and you
Let's
hear,
go!
and you just hear hip hop like.
Like awfully freaking hip hop. It's even offbeat, but you see
Yeah,
Evraen
it's
just like
offbeat, and then you
nodding to the beat.
you hear big music start rapping. It's like in the place to be. Big music in the 2JZ.
He's just literally nodding like offbeat to this music.
Let's
Oh my
go.
god.
You make a specific song for this room.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He was here. No, we're Lord building it now, okay? He was here. Okay?
Yes.
He was here before. This was a record room before. That's the
Yeah,
story.
I gotta say, I'm so happy for his success in the span of like how many weeks.
Oh my god.
Good for him.
Yeah, he.
Actually, the final boss. Turns out he's actually the fucking final boss.
Alright.
Oh my god.
Wait, what else you guys doing? You guys can use this time to RP and plan for the next day, I guess.
Okay.
Okay.
Team huddle?
Team huddle, indeed.
Team huddle.
Yeah.
Team
But
huddle.
Satan has to call it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I said let's make a team huddle, and then just to continue what you were saying before, Satan will be in the middle, and you guys are gathered around in the circle.
Yeah, in a circle and chanting. Satan.
What the fuck?
Oh my god, yes. Oh my god, we're going to hell, boys. I'm already there. Pretty sure. Might as well keep going.
And we were all
Okay.
raised Catholics many years ago.
So how should we do this, Lord? Lord.
I want to. I guess I'll start. And I will tell. Okay, Satanael. As we approach the place, I guess. This perfume can only work for 1 hour, so just as we read it, I'll start spraying it on you, and then it'll be fine. Yeah. Should
Alright.
get you 1 hour.
Alright, but let's consider something for a moment. What if they are aware of how this magical effect works? What's the worst thing that could happen?
I mean, unless they, unless I guess I don't know. Like, would they even bother casting detect magic on each of us through the entrance? I could always say that I was the one who sprayed it on you because I was testing it on you for fun. I'm an artificer, like.
Okay, very well then. We'll go with that backup plan if ever they get suspicious of anything. Alright.
Just so you know, I'm going to use that silly accent I used when we first met. I don't want to use my actual accent.
Yes, I understand. Do that
Okay.
if you wish to. Okay, and then I say Evraen, Sattori, any ideas that you'd like to contribute?
Yeah.
Not very good at this, and let's go in as max stuff.
Very well then. That will be Plan Z.
Sattori raises her hand. So is the plan just to walk in and ask them? At the moment?
I would rather go about it in a roundabout way. I don't want to accuse them, for I don't want the priests to be on their guard or to think that we're unpleasant folks. I want to gain their trust tomorrow.
They are going to ask though, like what brings you here and everything like that, and then how do we respond to that?
Well, my contact person said that they believe that the priest is a good person, the one that's remaining here. And, I also elaborate that the priest is a kobold. So,
Okay.
yeah. I wonder. Because there has to be a way for us to establish a connection. it would be good if they happen to know Jammy and that other kobold from the previous terminal, but I don't know how helpful that will be. Any other thoughts?
Did you just assume that the kobold priestess would know Jammy because they're kobolds? Did you just jump to that conclusion?
I'm saying that it would be good if they happen to know each other, because then we would have a connection there. Not
Okay.
assuming anything, Ronin.
Like, those a trained ticket keeper and a high priestess. Like, what's not clicking, bro?
Well, precisely. She would have to go to and fro that terminal now, wouldn't she? Regardless.
You have a good point there, actually. Shit.
That's why. I'm not trying to be racist here, man.
I don't know who's trying to be smart at this point. You're both sounding stupid.
You know,
Listen.
right?
Listen, Satanael is the smart one here, not the merit process of elimination.
So what's the backup plan?
What I'm saying is, if we can find out a way to connect to this individual, then we have a higher chance of gaining their trust.
Okay.
And
so
even
maybe...
more so if there's a problem that they need solved that we can solve.
Oh. Okay. Oh, well. Oh. So we can do something for them and then... Okay, that's not a bad... Yeah.
They'll be indebted
Maybe-
to us.
Yeah, and maybe they'll pay us too. We kinda need more money.
Yes, but now the question remains, what do we tell the priestess? Do we tell them that we came from Ixoria because the Montu sent us, or are we here because we want to be good Samaritans? What is our angle here?
Huh. I don't think being deceptive is going to be good in the long run.
Precisely. I'm for letting them know our true intent, for, as I said a while ago, I do want to gain their trust.
Yeah. But we want to do that in a way without...
Without what, my dude?
without being, accusing them.
Precisely. So I think the way to approach this would be that we state that there is an issue and ask them if there's anything we can do to help them.
Okay. And
By the way, Khen is
Sattori-
like AFK for a bit, so he's not hearing the rest of this.
okay.
Anyways,
Sattori, do you mind using your telepathy to connect? You connect with Satanael and Masa during the whole conversation.
What was that?
I was
don't
asking.
Mhm.
I was asking Sattori if he can use telepathy to connect to Satanael and Ronin, so that we
yeah.
have way to subtly communicate.
Okay. I do need to clarify the use of the telepathy. I would be the messenger for you both. So I
Yes.
be the receiver, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Like the
There
old
we go.
phone. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
there's so many ways that this could go wrong because, guys, we learned from passing the message game from kindergarten. There's
Yeah.
some stuff that will be lost in translation.
That is true.
Oh my god.
That is my hope.
Oh, here we go.
Okay,
Thanks
so
for
I'll
fun
have
times.
to word it myself. All right, don't worry. Satori's great at this. I think.
I just have a cold sweat. It's like, I certainly hope so.
I understand there will be some lost in communication, and we'll just have to accept that shit will happen sometimes.
Yeah.
Very well done.
And by the way, Melina, Johnny, and Hop along. I suggest we leave them here, just in case.
Yeah, that's a good
Yes.
idea. Yeah, we'll hold down the fort, as you say.
Yeah. Jack will stay with you here as well, just in case.
Jack nods.
Very good, Jack. Thank you.
Alright, and then, okay, very well then. We should get a good night's rest, and then we'll do this first thing in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you all need to rest. Satan's just going to meditate.
Cool.
Should one of us keep watch? I mean, I know it's a safe place, but like, doesn't
Let-
hurt.
Let Jack keep watch.
Okay, Jack, you keep watch.
Jack nods.
And then when you're done, Satanael, you keep watch since you need like 4 hours, I guess.
Yeah, you've been with Satan long enough to know that he only needs 4 hours of meditation. Cool.
Yeah.
Alright.
All right. You guys wind down for the night and you rest. Satan, as you are about to end your trance and wake up, you are greeted by the same vision. You find yourself in, or you find your vision at least, in a dark forest. Trees open a path towards a hill. The color of the grass fades away until it becomes a dark black. And on the top of the hill is a blackened tree. It does not have leaves. Instead, it has black feathers. The feathers are falling and withering away. And as they fall, and when they touch the ground, they turn to ash. Apart from this, you see the tree fall. The tree falls, and what's left of the tree is a stump. So the tree falls as if like the majority of it has been burned away or like fades away into ash. As it falls, it dissipates into ash, and what's left is a stump on it. And you wake up.
I have a question, DM.
Uh-huh.
So, in your mind, because in my mind, visions like this don't happen twice. But, like, you know, this is storytelling between you and me. So, like,
Yeah.
has Satan had visions that come up more than once before?
I want to say I'm not sure. But this vision in particular, it stands out to you because it is repeating, it is recurring. And it also happens when you're not actively trying to foresee the future or divine anything, right? So
Yeah.
it is coming to you, the vision. So maybe Satan can translate that as it's an outside force is like sending him these visions, or something along those lines. Because if Satan isn't the one actively divining anything new in particular or anything like in the future, this is being sent to him, or something, a force or a being or a god, whatever, is granting Satan these visions. That could be the case for this.
I
And
see.
that might also be why it is very abstract as opposed to like just seeing clearer images.
I see. Okay. I take note of this. So basically, Satan takes note the day and when it happened, like the circumstances before that.
Okay.
He notes that the first time this happened, For this particular dream, it was right after talking to Sarab.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second time it happened was during meditation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, just taking mental notes there and also actual notes on his notebook.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And then I say I'm at Tarin, something to talk to next time I see her. Very well then. Okay. And then I continue watching because I think I'm out of my meditation now.
Yep.
Yeah.
The night goes by as smoothly as it can in a storm-laden city.
Oh, that would be hard, man. Shit.
It isn't actually, because you open the windows. There are sound dampening force fields. When you open the windows, so you can physically pass through the window if you'd like and get wet by the rain, but inside, on the inner side of the window, you don't hear it. Like the storm is muffled outside, but if you were to like put your head out of the window, you would be able to hear the noise as loud as it is.
Ah, okay. And this place's tech is really off the roof.
Okay. Yeah, the rest of the night goes off without a hitch, and unless you want to do anything else in the middle of the night, it'll be morning.
Okay, is it morning now, guys? Are we good?
Yeah, we could. Yeah.
All right.
We decide that it is morning, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, in a way, yes.
Yeah.
Now.
It's time skip.
Time, skip time.
So
Alright, so yeah, let's
Yeah.
get our stuff ready, man.
okay, you guys go to the temple, the main temple.
Yeah.
While
I think no more detours, right, guys?
Yeah, we bring our weapons, right? Like, because
I
we're
bought some
adventurers.
items, but I'm pretty sure we don't need deleter for that. It's like health potion
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
rope. That's it.
Yeah,
Alright.
I mean, Satan would have known better to, like, you know, if weapons are not allowed or stuff like that, he would have figured out all of this info by now, I believe.
you can bring
Yeah.
their weapons.
Ah, there
Okay,
you go.
cool.
It's
I'll
okay.
bring my great sword.
Oh
You
shit, you
go
got a
to
great
this
sword,
map.
man.
You guys approach the large temple with what looks to be like 3 spires. The one in the spire in the middle is a little smaller and shorter than the 2 adjacent to it, and that is the main temple. It is the building that receives the most lightning strikes. So as you guys approach it, the ground in which you walk, there is a path, and the path like extends like a sound barrier, because as you approach this building, the lightning does get like ridiculously loud. So at that point, you are standing outside of the temple, lightning striking on the spires repeatedly, jumping back and forth between the 3 of them, powering the door in front of you. As you step onto the first like level, the step here, you step onto that. The runes around it light up a bright teal and blue, and the runes continue to light up upward here. So there is a power door, a door that opens as the lightning courses around it, as it opens like kind of like automatically as you step onto this platform here.
Nice. When we're like a bit far before we were up near the temple, that's when I applied the perfume of bewitching on Satanael. You just see this simple perfume bottle, and then it just glows orange, and I just like spray it on you.
Cool.
There you go. Okay.
And you also hear me like change my my accent. Though I was just like silly Athendale accent. Silly Athendale accent. Okay, I got my fake voice on, guys. Let's go.
Here we go.
Cool. You guys can enter.
Okay, let's go, guys.
As
So
you
actually enter, I don't know. Sattori does her psychic whisper link with
cool.
Satan
Nice.
and Ronin.
Cool. These guys are sitting out the fight. Or sitting out this encounter. As you guys enter, first thing you see is like it's a very high ceiling, like to like a sharp point. Lightning strikes the spire, and the spire atop is like metal frame with glass, so you can see the rain like hitting the glass, and when the lightning strikes it, the lightning you see go down the metal frames and down into these pillars. These pillars are made of
Ooh.
stone, but they have engraved into them and like lodged into them are these blue crystals that light up as the lightning strikes, providing a light blue aura of light around the room. Apart from that, in the corners of these of this temple, you see these very large blue drakes, much larger than the
Yeah.
drakes that you encountered in the market before in Ixoria. And as the lightning goes down and like around this temple, some of the lightning escapes the metal frames and like escapes the pillars, and the blue drakes just like receive it, and they also get like part of the lightning goes and hits them, and they treat it like nothing. They're like in these corners as if like imagine like giant like large cats in real life, like the lions and tigers, how they cross their front paws over top each other. They look up to see you enter, and then they follow you as you enter, but then after you reach a certain point, they go back down to like rest, and then as like lightning is like striking them. So there you go. In the
Seems
center,
like such an intimidating area. What the fuck?
yeah, in the center of this temple room is a square pool over here, and there is a center platform and a stepping platform over here. And in the middle of the room is a kobold dressed in like very elegant regalia. He is squatting in the center of the room, kind of like in a meditative position, and he is facing like away from you, towards the back of the room.
Right. I'm not sure what the customs are over here, so do I know the customs? Is there like a proper greeting?
Is there a proper greeting? No proper greeting. You can just hail them normally.
Alright. In that case, I say, hail there. Are you the high priest? Are you the priest for this area?
You hear from the priest no response, and then after a few seconds you hear
She's asleep.
Just taking that, boys.
Taking the nap.
Not summoning some devil thing coming out here.
Well, it would be rude to approach him and touch him now, wouldn't it? So I prepare a spell spell that I'm going to cast. It's gonna be prestidigitation, and I'm just going to make a little noise just to kind of like wake him up.
Okay.
Yeah, so let me do the incantation. I don't think I've done for this one yet.
All right.
Of the arcane arts I pick, I cast this minor magic trick
Oh, that's so cool.
as I cast prestidigitation to make a little noise that's like right behind him so that he can wake up.
Okay.
Oh,
He wakes
by the
up.
way, I gotta do my portent rolls. Here we
Cool,
go.
cool. He wakes up and he's like, who goes there? Disturbs the slumber of the priest of Azraq? And turns around and sees you guys. Oh! It is the Exorian visitors, no?
Oh, you're aware of us.
Yes, kneel before your priest.
Is that customary? Like
It
okay,
is,
before I
it
do
is,
that-
it is truly customary, kneel before your priest.
DM, is it customary?
It is not customary.
You know what? Fine, I'll kneel. Why not?
Yes, boost my ego, thank you, yes. As he like stroking,
Yes. With my ego.
he's stroking like his beard spike. Yes, very
You have a
good.
beard? Oh no, yeah, that's not. What is that?
It's like a spike.
It's like a goatee for Dragonborns.
Yeah.
That looks so weird. Oh man. Okay. And I say, and what shall we call you?
I'm outside, by the way. Here.
Oh, you're outside? Okay,
Just right
chilling.
here. Watching the door. I'm just here the
Okay,
door.
like a cool guy. Sure.
I mean, yeah, you know me. You know me.
Sure.
You're at the edge where you belong.
yeah.
Okay.
Right the edge.
He will say, as he's standing up from his squatting position, I'm the all-powerful, the almighty, as he like steps forward. And then he steps, like his foot steps
Might be
into
worth
the,
Yeah,
his, huh?
yeah. Before he says anything, can I divine sense?
You can divine sense.
Oh wow.
Might as well. Gladio, bear witness, and then I will do divine sense. So 60 feet, you know, maybe there's a celestial here hiding behind him. I don't quite know.
Okay.
Maybe an undead. Maybe those things on the side are undead. You know, it's like celestial and fiend or undead.
Celestial,
60 feet.
fiend, or undead, right?
That is not that is not behind total cover.
Okay. No, there is nothing.
We're trying.
Yeah,
That's
it's worth it.
I'm all for it.
At least you know. As he says that, he accidentally like steps into the pool and then wets his foot, so he like brushes it, like he lifts his leg up again, and then he jumps over to this step. Like, all powerful priest Phoebe. That's his name, Phoebe.
Oh god. As a player, I have to try my best not to laugh when I hear that.
Okay.
High Priest Phoebe, right? I'll put that in the story notes.
Hi. Priest Phoebe,
Priest Phoebe.
not the high priest. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
And I say, it's a pleasure to meet you on this day, Priest Phoebe.
Yes, the pleasure is. And then he stops and he's like, "Oh, what is this? A hint of lavender and some sewer water and ooh, strawberries. You're wearing my favorite perfume."
I say, oh, it was not my intent. You have this gentleman to thank, pointing to Emperor Ronin.
Yes, but I want to learn about you. And he jumps over this area, and push, he has to physically push you forward so that he doesn't fall into the water again.
I just grin because I know it's working.
It's like, oh,
Alright.
so strong. Tell me, High Elf, how did you come to find yourself in my neck of the woods?
Say, well, it's very simple. Montu asked us to do a job, which I'm sure you seem to be aware of, and we're here to fulfill that.
Ah, yes. You are investigating the different cities of Ixoria, trying to find the culprits of the attack on the city, yes?
Indeed, and I was hoping that I could collaborate with you.
Alright. I will help you, but, as they say, I will only scratch your back if you scratch mine first.
Very well then. What do you need us to do?
Gods! Oh my god, this voice. I love
I love it though.
Okay,
Good, man.
so towards from the left side over here of the building, a guard appears, and he shows up with a little chest, right? It's not that little. It's like the size of a shoebox, or a little larger actually, and it is covered in chains, and it is a very unique.
Guys.
It is a very unique looking box. Moves over here.
Reminds you of something, guys.
And then he gives the box to Phoebe, and then Priest Phoebe is like, no, to him, and then the guard hands it to Satan instead. Do you receive it?
Okay. Can you dial back a bit? I don't think I heard the first part. It was gonna give it to Phoebe, but gave it to me instead.
He was gonna give it to Phoebe, and then Phoebe said no, because he doesn't want to touch it, and then gives it to you instead because he's lazy. He doesn't want to carry anything.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll receive it.
Okay, you receive it. You receive so the chest is covered in chains, and there is a very basic padlock on it, but they don't have a key. Phoebe says, "Oh, we don't have a key." And above the chest, there are markings on it, and what look like indentations on the chest, and there are parts of the indentations can be pushed down, but I'll just show you so that it's easier to understand.
Okay.
So let me move this
I
over.
Feel like a puzzle. Here we go.
I with the telepathy, I tell Sattori, tell Satanael I can cast the identify spell on this chest if he likes.
Got it. Hey, Satan, Ronin can cast identify on. I forgot the last part. That's all I say.
I say, thank you for that, Sattori. Okay, but before I say anything, I nod to Ronin, then I do also look at the chest and try to figure out what I can do with this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. While I'm figuring that out, I say, very well, Phoebe, what do you want me to do with this chest?
We've been trying so hard to get it open, but it is near impossible. The chain and the lock was obviously trivial, but I locked it again to make sure that no one will come in stealing it. So you may try to unlock it once more, but then the real problem is this indentation thing puzzle situation. I don't quite understand. Open this and I will provide you with very important information and send you on your merry way.
I like probe a little deeper. Okay, can you describe what this information is? Because it would be up to us whether that's valuable or not.
Well, as you know, as I assume you know at least, there are rumors of dragon breeders coming back, returning, yes?
It-
I know who they are.
Can I insight that?
Insight.
This is the point where I will use the 18. I'm not going to hold
Oh,
back
shit.
on something this important.
Yeah.
Okay.
18 plus, let's see here. Insight plus 1, so that's a 19 total.
Okay. You think he's telling the truth?
Okay. Right, that's good. That was worth an 18.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That case, say, well then I say, Ronin, do you have something you can do about this chest? I'm also trying to figure this out right now.
Okay. I approach them and I say, all right, would you like me to cast it right away or use a ritual for this?
I think we have time. Are you on a schedule, Phoebe?
Oh, no, I've just woken up from my power nap and my manicure is not for at least another 30 minutes.
All right.
Trying really hard not to laugh, but okay. Alright, Ronin, take
Okay.
your time.
I cast it in a ritual and I say the incantation. It's simple. It's Ifetnidi, which is identify said backwards.
Yes.
Nidhi.
Cool.
I love it.
This is a magical chest that requires a puzzle to open it. But also, as you cast the identify spell on it, invisible runes start appearing, like floating atop of the chest, and
Okay.
they are in the Draconic language.
I understand Draconic, so
Perfect.
what does that mean?
Perfect. So you see, there are a bunch of words written like in a circle around here and also around here.
Okay.
And the one atop says, "Bonds may break caused by wrath." And the one in the bottom says, "Here only blood will forge a path." And as that reveals itself, this part that's darkened also sinks just a little bit compared to the rest of these other lines, and you find that you can now trace around this area. So basically, okay, so this is the puzzle. There are 3 rules to this puzzle. You basically need to draw out this symbol starting from the left to the right, but the lines must not intersect each other or double back. So for example, if I do this, if I do, I'll do this like this, and then I'll do one that goes like that, circle like that, right? I already made a mistake. So because it intersects over here,
Okay.
right?
GRP, man. I get your point.
Get coolio.
I think I. Okay. I tell to Satanael as well and the others
Cool.
when I figure it out. Okay.
So you guys can attempt the puzzle.
Can I attempt it first? I think I figured it out. But anyway, we'll see.
Okay. Do your thing, man.
Okay.
You identified it.
Did identify it, that's true. Go
If you
around.
like, I just have to figure that this and just ends up opening it after. That's fine.
There's a chance for you to show your intelligence to Satan.
In real life, you mean? Let's go. You got this.
Wait, I can do this, right? And then go back? Is that
You can go back.
a...
Wait,
okay.
what? Like you went here and then you went
Did
back?
you? Yeah, you went
No,
there.
Oh, we can't, right?
You can't.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't.
Wait.
You can't double back because that'll be intersecting with the previous line there.
True. Wait.
That one there.
Yeah, hold on. See. Let me see.
While you guys are doing that, can Sattori please make me a thieves tools check to open the padlock as well?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Then, but then you'll be going back here though.
Wait,
Yeah,
so
that's
what do I roll for the thieves tool check?
Just
Actually, I've never
do sleight of hand.
done
Oh, maybe it's
like
like.
that. Okay.
What if it's like this and then like
what if-
this? No, right? It will still intersect.
Because you'll be
That's a,
No, yeah, you'll be intersecting here. Do you see me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be
Yeah.
intersecting there. Sadly.
I think this would open it. It's 27.
But then you won't be able to.
Oh my
do that
god,
if you
yeah,
go
it's
through
open. Okay, there are no chains
yeah.
anymore.
Okay, yeah, that's okay.
here. It's fun. So I get to play in real life.
Yeah.
I'm playing in real life right now. It's fun.
I'm playing around with it too.
But then we
Yeah,
intersect
you can't
here.
do that. You'll be intersecting there. Yeah, that's the thing. It's a Pokeball. That's what it is.
Yeah, it is, right?
Basically a Pokemon.
I mean, I should be playing because I'm not there, but
It's okay.
It just piques my interest.
I have a question. Only one person can trace at a time?
I mean, can you look at it? Like people can look at it, right?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
It's okay. You guys can solve it at the same time, and
I mean, I'm just trying, but like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be actively looking at it. Staying outside.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna take a back seat. Why don't you guys also try it too?
So
we
I
have-
guess he's passing the
We have,
box.
we have to start from one end and then end at the other end without
correct.
without
Yeah,
like,
without
interaction.
Okay,
lines, yeah.
so you cannot. I'll draw here. You cannot intersect like that. You cannot. You can't do this, right?
Okay.
Like that.
Yes.
Okay.
You also
Okay.
cannot go back like that.
Yeah, you can't go back. That's what Raffe did earlier.
But you can. You can do something like that.
Okay.
So yeah, this would work.
Yeah,
that would
so-
have worked, I think.
This point over here.
Ah.
The outside thing would have worked, Raffe, I think.
Oh, okay. Now, I want you guys to try it too. To go for
Yeah, I mean,
first.
I'm trying it, so.
Yeah. So we do here.
No, we can't do that.
I'll do
Why
this
not?
in the.
Why could you not do that? Because that's like, didn't you just say that you can do that?
And then. There.
Oh, did you do it? Oh, there
Isn't
we
it
go.
like
This
Go
one.
for it. Go for it.
No, the red one,
Yeah, I see it now. Yeah, I see it.
yeah. So it goes from the left, from just like,
here and then here
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
and then
yeah, right?
here. Wait. No.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Doesn't that work? That's right?
This is right.
Okay. Yeah, let him do it in the thingy, so that'll be satisfying.
Yeah. Go.
For the viewers to see.
I forgot how I did it.
Oh no.
Oh my god, come on!
This man, you got this.
Oh
You got
no.
this.
Just follow the thing down there. You draw it already down there.
Here. But I can't do this here because it will interact. It will
Yeah.
intersect.
That's fine, because it only goes once, right? Like you said like earlier that you can just go once.
Like this.
Yeah,
that should be the one.
there.
Yeah, that should be the one. Yeah. So you
Yeah.
do down, then you go like that. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, makes sense.
All right. Good job.
there.
Big claps. Big claps. Good job, everyone.
Nice.
Big brain energy.
All right.
Yay.
As you do that, this darkened part sinks, and this circle area sinks even further so that it becomes like a two-stage bowl, right? So this part
Yeah.
like this part sinks, and then this area here sinks even further, and then from the very center, a small sharp pin, sticks out, and it does not open yet.
More puzzles.
Wait. I don't think we should pull this pin, like something.
Yeah.
Would you guys like me to identify it again?
I
How long-
remember the
How?
I remember the thing you told me about the thing did mention something about blood.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it did. Oh,
Yeah, Wayne, can you repeat what it says so that we
Okay.
can read?
Something, and then this doesn't go. But yeah.
Okay, here. I'll type it.
Something about blood forging the path or something
Yeah.
like that. Or
yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Blood
I'll
forging the path.
I'll type it over here.
I
Yeah.
need.
I tried typing it.
Bonds may break
Bonds may
caused by
break
Wrath.
caused by wrath.
Here only blood
Here
will
only
forge.
blood will forge a path. Here only blood will forge a path. I think we need to offer some blood then. It's really sadistic.
But is that a good idea to do now? What if?
But it's on brand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Satan,
It's
you
on
know?
brand for Satan to offer
Yeah,
blood.
yeah.
Wow, guys. Okay, yeah, sure. I'll try putting my finger over it.
Okay.
Okay. So do you poke yourself with a needle?
Yeah, I poke myself with the needle.
You poke yourself with the needle, Satan, and your blood seeps down into the bowl, filling up this small part, and then it goes around and like follows the lines over here, magically, right? Like imagine like that scene in Diablo, in the Diablo trailer. And then it also goes through like these parts also sync, and like you hear like gears like moving inside of it. You hear like mechanisms clink and clank and move around. But as soon as, and this isn't, although it seems like a lot of blood, it was just the one drop of blood that caused this, and the magic is just like moving it around and everything, expanding it. But as soon as all of that happens, all these lines light up a bright red, and then your blood rises and floats up, and it burns, like flames burn away the blood, and then the chest seems to like reset from the very beginning, and the fire that lit up the blood starts forming into like runes again in Draconic, and it says the fire rune thing in Draconic says blood of my kin.
I relay that to the others. It says blood of my kin. I'm
Let the
guessing.
Dragonborn do it.
Yeah,
Dragonborn too.
a dragonborn's
Where-
blood is blood.
We don't even know where this chest came from though. How are we certain that it's a dragonborn?
Just let him do it.
It's written in Draconic. I
Yeah.
don't know what. Sorry, doesn't know what the thing looks like. I mean, doesn't know that. Doesn't know.
No, but I did relate to everyone, so
That's true.
This is the discussion portion.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not a dragon. Just saying.
Well, none of us are dragons. So.
None of us.
Not a dragon.
Yeah, let the Dragonborn do it. That's what I just wanted.
It's not,
Phoebe.
there are no dragonborns present right now, though.
Isn't
so I
that
see-
priest? Isn't
Phoebe,
that priest a Dragonborn?
Phoebe is like, oh, that's an interesting idea. And guard calls another guard.
Oh my god.
Wait, what is Phoebe, by the way? Isn't
Phoebe's
he
a
Dragonborn
kobold.
or-
He's a kobold.
Kobold,
Same
dude.
thing. No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
Racist.
no, that's being racist.
So wait, all this time I was thinking he was a Dragonborn. Okay.
So the
Okay.
kobold,
Anyway, the guard. Yeah, the guard
Yeah.
is a Dragonborn too. So.
the dragonborn guard, is like, yes, priest Phoebe. Poke your finger thing in the thing. And then so you guys like do the tracing thing again so that it sinks down into a bowl and revealing the pin. The dragonborn guard pokes his finger. It does the whole blood scattering throughout the whole circuit, crevices, whatever sunken thing. The blood rises and it burns the blood again, and then you see the message again: blood of my kin.
It's worth trying. There's kobold this time.
Wait,
It's fire
dragon-
that comes out, right?
the
Yeah,
Dragonborn is blue, right?
Yeah, the guard is blue.
Ah.
Or
Phoebe's
black.
red.
It's really
Phoebe's
hard to
red.
say.
It's red.
We need a red Dragonborn
Phoebe's
kid.
red. Phoebe's red,
so,
man. Look at him.
yes.
He's wearing red stuff.
I mean, it could also not have been a dragon, but what if the guy who like made this is just messing with us? What if like he just wrote it in Draconic for funsies and is actually a human or
Maybe it's like human or something. Well,
You know,
let's
you know
keep it-
that's true.
I know goblin. I'm not a goblin.
let Phoebe do it first, man.
Let's
Oh,
try Phoebe doing it.
Yeah.
But how do we convince him? What if he's not into that? How do we convince him?
We're just
Yeah.
gonna ask for blood donations from
I
everyone.
don't think he's into that though. You know what I mean? That's why he's king.
Phoebe's like, I don't like me. I don't really want to do that because like I'm about to have my manicure and like I don't
Oh
want to
my
have
God,
like
yeah,
a
exactly.
like pain.
That's
in
the
the-
problem. So what
Hey.
what I do? Oh my god, I have a
What if
freaking hot
everyone
question
tried
with
it?
him.
What if all of us try it?
Phoebe has
No,
to try it though. I'm sure
thought-
too.
I tap Satanael's shoulder and like, you know, remind him like, hey, you know, you have the perfume on, by the way.
Yeah, I haven't forgotten.
Ask
I'm letting you
nicely.
guys have a chance because I'm gonna do it.
Yes,
Okay, I
ask
say,
nicely.
tell Phoebe,
Say
Phoebe.
sweetheart. Say call him sweetheart.
You're not even here, dude. You're outside.
I psychic whisper, be sexy about it.
I'm not listening to any of you. Anyways, I tell Phoebe that
It's not gonna work.
Phoebe, you have to do this because in order for us to help you, you have to help us.
That is true, but to be honest, this is the farthest we've been able to get with this chest. So you know what? It's fine. So here's what we'll do. If you think it is a red dragonborn, whatever, you take the chest with you, return back to Ixoria, find a red dragonborn, whatever, and I'll also give you the information that that you need, as promised.
Then can I clarify? So we have to do that first, and then he'll give the info.
No, I'll give you the info right now.
Okay. Alright. I tell Phoebe, very well then. You can do that. Tell
Yes.
us about these dragon breeders.
Yes, I really must tell you because my manicure starts in 2 minutes. So, and then he says, the dragon breeders are all headed by the Pharaoh and the Montu. It is very obvious that the Montu will be out of a job if there are no more dragons to be subdued or captured or anything. So it is clearly the work of the Pharaoh and the Montu.
I asked Phoebe, and where is your source of information for all this, Phoebe? That's quite an accusation.
Oh, it is from the high priest of Azraq himself. I don't have the name of the high priest of Azraq yet.
Okay.
But he tells you that it is the high priest of Azraq. So the blue dragonborn high priest of this place told him. He is part of the investigation, is he not? All the way over somewhere else in another city. If you do not believe me, and do not want to confront the priest, the pharaoh or the Montu first, you may confirm it with him. But do what you will with this information. My ask of you now is to figure out a way to truly open this box. And if you think it has to do with a red dragonborn, then you must go find one.
Actually, I want to dial back a bit, so I asked Phoebe, why does this box interest you or your high priest so much? What is this?
Okay. Phoebe will say that it is inside the box is a very old artifact important to them and their people. And it has been sealed away in this box for God knows how long. And they want to open it to use the artifact inside it. They don't know what the... Phoebe says that he doesn't know what the artifact inside it is. But it is important that he opens it and, gets it to the high priest.
Gets it to his blue dragonborn high priest.
Yes.
See. Very well then. Been very helpful today, Phoebe, and I hope that you enjoy your manicure.
Oh yes, I will indeed. Now listen, and then he leans in close. You don't be a stranger in the future, okay? You are free to visit Phoebe anytime. In the future, if you like, come see me again, and make sure you wear that same perfume, okay?
Very well then. Next time, Phoebe.
Guards! And then he raises both his hands, and then the guard is like, and he goes behind Phoebe and carries Phoebe by the armpits. and then they,
boy, sad.
Yeah, and then they both go towards Phoebe's manicure. All right. That's it.
Okay. Very well done. That was a lot to take in. I'm not sure what to believe.
That is such a massive accusation, and we should speak about this in private, actually.
Indeed, it's not a good idea to discuss this here. Let's go back to the inn, shall we?
What's the name of the inn?
Nidoten Witch.
Nintendo Switch.
Nidoten Witch.
All right, we
Nidoten
are
Witch.
heading back
Nidoten Witch.
to the Nidoten Witch. This is so stupid.
Nintendo Switch.
All right.
You guys.
You guys arrive to Jack cooking up a meal, and Johnny and Hop arguing, which, Johnny, so Hop has a card collection of different, dragons and species and whatever, and they look like Pokemon cards.
Oh wow.
but they're all the different dragon species and whatever. So they are black dragon, black drakes, and then sapphire wyverns and like great worms and whatever, and all of them have like
Nice.
different levels of classifications and shit. And
What?
oh, you remember? You remember in How to Train Your Dragon, like the fat character with the cards as well.
Right.
Oh my
Yeah, yeah.
god.
It's like that. It's like that. It's exactly like that. So Jack is cooking up a meal. Johnny is like jamming to some big music, and Hop is on the ground. His car is like around him on the floor. He's like, arranging them according to like a different way of arranging them, whatever. And then yeah. Oh, Melina is like, in the corner of the room, like by the windows, looking outside at the rain.
She's just staring at the rain. Okay.
Sad girl vibes.
Sad girl vibes. Her mommy is not communicating well,
Yeah, we love having mommy issues in this house.
Oh god. Alright, so
Um,
anyways.
when we enter, I just get straight to the point and I ask like, didn't your source tell you that opening the box kind of resulted in the dragon's attack, right?
No. My source said that ever since this box arrived here, that's when the dragon attack started.
Oh shit!
Indeed, but
Can you repeat that? What was that?
okay, yeah. So what Sarab said is that as soon as that box arrived here in Azraq, that's when the dragon attack started happening. So that could either be a coincidence or it
Yeah.
could be related. Even be
Yes.
the cause. We're not sure. The fact
Yes.
that it's an artifact, however, and we don't know what it does, that's what troubles me.
My identify can't pierce through the box, unfortunately. So
You would have to identify the contents in the box, and even then, I'm not sure if you'll get anything.
yeah. I have a very wild idea on how to open the box. We don't have to travel all the way to Ixoria. We could just stop by a whorehouse and pay a red dragonborn prostitute to just prick their finger on the box. But I doubt there are red dragonborns here in the city working as a prostitute. So
Not only that, but then a while ago Wayne said, while he was describing the place, that there aren't many of the other colored dragonborns around.
but there could be. But we can't be sure. We don't have the time. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have the time. So,
Now, Ace didn't get the context. Ronin suggested that we could find a red dragonborn prostitute and like pay them to prick their finger on the box, but the odds of finding one who is a prostitute and is willing to do this is very low. So yeah.
Okay.
I poke it.
yeah, okay, try it, man.
I'm pretty sure nothing happens.
Yeah, nothing
Poke
happens.
the key.
Blood of my kin.
Smash it. I throw it over the fucking wall. Okay.
Oh fuck!
How does it look like? It looks like it's made of what? Mithril, maybe?
Oh, it's here. Let me shrink this down
Like
a
the
bit.
Millennium Puzzle.
Right?
I would ask the rest of the Dragon Catcher group to try and prick their fingers, because like at this point, why not try everyone?
Can I remake my character and make it red dragon? Instead of prick it, then remake it red?
Right.
Satan, please make me a history check.
History. I'm wondering if I should use my port.
Actually,
portals.
everyone can roll. What can they roll?
History?
Sure.
Can
history.
I try history? Okay.
Sure.
I was gonna say.
No, I will use my portent for this
actually-
roll. I feel that it's important.
Actually, some if you don't want history, you can also do Arcana.
Yeah, I was gonna do Arcana.
Okay. I'm using my 17 portent, so that'll be a total of plus 6, 17. That'll be 23.
Okay,
Oh, can I cast guidance on myself as well before doing this?
sure.
Okay. Oh, that's an 18 plus a d4. That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay.
30th.
Okay. Do I want? How much do I want to tell you?
Oh.
It has to be magic related, okay? It's Arcana, not really the
Yeah,
history.
no. So Ronin will be Arcana, but Satan's will be history, right?
Yeah.
And I got a 23 total for my history.
Yes.
Yeah.
Both very good rolls. Both. Oh my
Smart
god,
boys.
very good rolls. Hang on.
We're the
Smarty
Arcana
boys.
bros. Yeah.
The
Ron-
Arcana Bros.
Ronin.
Mhm.
So you know that this chest is sealed by some sort of like spellcaster, and
Yeah.
they said blood of my kin, whatever, and so you're all fixated about this being dragonborns, but you learn that it could just be a descendant of the spellcaster, right? And the spellcaster does not
That's
necessarily
possible.
the spellcaster does not necessarily have to be a dragonborn.
Okay.
For Satan, I don't know how much you know about the heroes who dissolved Manticore all those years ago, but you remember legend of a sorcerer who sealed away
Oh shit, I know this.
an ancient red dragon in a mirror.
Yeah. The player knows this.
What is this, Ralph? Was this in Knife in the Dark?
Yeah, Knife in the Dark. I think Wyland it was who had a mirror of life trapping. He sealed the red dragon.
No, not Wyland.
It's not Wyland, it was the other guy.
It was okay. So above game, it was Izudel,
Yeah.
who is an ancestor of Yurzudel right now, who is playing in
Yes.
the Lost Crown. And Yurzudel is a draconic sorcerer, so he has dragon blood in him.
Yeah.
And also a descendant of
Oh, get that
Izudel.
Yeah.
player here.
There you go.
Based on what I'm guessing, I tell Satanael like what you said, and I would also like hypothesize perhaps a sorcerer could help us open this.
Perhaps a descendant of this Izadel fellow.
Huh.
But then again, this might be something that we don't wish to do. Let's consider a couple of things for a moment. You know that the dragon attack started happening after this chest arrived in Azraq, as per my contacts.
Yeah.
And what the priest was saying isn't necessarily incorrect, that the Mantu are no longer going to have a job in the
Yeah.
coming years. However, I don't want to act based on things that I don't fully understand.
Not only
think-
that, but if we open this box, we have an artifact in our hands, and that'll make us a bigger target for literally anyone. So yeah.
Indeed, assuming somebody knows what this artifact is about. So That's another thing, actually. It's a good thing you brought that up, Ronin. If someone were to attack us and we successfully subdued them, we could ask them what this is all about.
Are you saying we should use ourselves as bait to attract people who could answer our questions?
Not necessarily, but if that happens to happen, then at least we have a plan.
Okay, good. Because I don't like that idea. And but I'm also worried because if someone like Phoebe knows what's in the box, like anyone could know, you know.
So we have to be watchful. Let's see here. I don't think Johnny and Hop would know anything about the Pharaoh, but I'll try asking them anyway. How much do you know about the Pharaoh, you two?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on.
Is
Let
he
me check.
handsome? I'm kidding.
He's very
Let me
handsome.
check my notes. I think I sent I sent some notes to you, Lincoln,
Yeah, about the Pharaoh?
about the Pharaoh. Let me remember. Here.
He's a white dragonborn, that's what I know.
Is he?
Yeah, a white dragonborn,
Yeah.
I think.
Did they say that?
I have to check my notes too.
You guys check. He was white or he was black? I don't know.
Pharaoh. Oh, I can't find the word Pharaoh in story notes. I wonder if it's in a different channel.
No, it's in our chat. Our chat.
Ah, in our DMs. Okay, okay. So we have here Pharaoh. I can't check my chat like that, huh? The Pharaoh and High Priest alike. Metallic Dragonborn. Metallic Dragonborn are not here anymore. Pharaoh. In recent times. Could still be taught to fight tradition.
Yeah, I didn't say here. Did I say the Pharaoh, the Dragonborn's white?
It doesn't say here, actually. Raffe, where did you get the idea that they were white?
I don't know. I remember it was in my notes before that he was, but like
Really?
I remember you mentioned it to me, but you know, like we can doesn't have. I mean, that's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
me.
okay,
Like
okay.
we can change it. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember what I decided, but what Johnny and Hop can tell you is that the current Pharaoh has been one of the greater pharaohs that they've had in recent years. So, if there are any suspicions against him, that would be almost unbelievable because he is very, if he had ratings, his ratings are through the roof.
Yeah.
He's
Okay,
he's well loved by the people.
So it is pretty outlandish that this High Priest and Priest Phoebe is suspecting them of foul play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you guys also bring up the Montu being in on it, Johnny will see the logic behind why they would do that. But Hop, because Hop has like rose-colored glasses towards the Montu, he will actively defend them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see. And then I tell Hop, understand Hop, and I'm not saying that that's what's happening, but we have to consider these accusations.
Yeah. All right. I understand, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
No, and I don't like it either. Everything
But
about
then-
this smells fishy.
But then that raises the question: why would Mia send us to investigate this if they were in on it? You know?
Johnny is like, Well, maybe we've been set on a wild goose chase, and while we're over here, they're somewhere else, like consorting with the real bad guys.
That
Where
is true.
did Mia and the rest of the Mantu head again? We have to take notes here.
Okay, so let me see my notes.
I remembered it was red and green, no? So Mia,
Yeah.
I think, red,
Yeah,
and the
the
Mantu.
Montu
green.
went to red, and the High Priest
Okay.
went to green.
Okay.
Which high priests, Wayne? Did we ever get that info? Which
So
high
there are
priests?
5 High Priests. Each of them represent the city, the 5 cities, right?
Huh?
And then Ixoria.
Yeah.
Ixoria has one pharaoh and I want to say there's like a supreme high priest in Ixoria. So it's like
Yeah.
Okay, I
so it's
get
like
it.
the pharaoh and then like a supreme high priest and then the 5 high priests for the different cities. And then the different cities have their like multiple priests under them.
Getcha. Okay. So in that case, all of the high. Am I understanding that right? All of the high priests are going to the red city.
The green city, the high priest's green city.
They're going to the green city.
The
okay.
Montu-
And that's where the blue dragonborn is too. Okay.
Yes, the blue dragonborn would be in Akdar in the green city. Yes.
Okay. Yes, that would indeed line up with a conspiracy sort of situation. Then I'm not sure who to trust right now. In that case, I think we need to gather more info. I don't want to act until I know more about what's going on.
Mhm.
I ask everyone else about their opinions, so it's time to voice out what you think, guys. Let's start off with Sattori, I guess.
Oh, I'm just as lost as you guys. So, do we want this box open?
Not sure I want it opened either, but we'll keep in mind that there's this fellow named Isadel and he has descendants.
Okay. Wait. Did the ancient red dragon was not at all mentioned throughout this conversation with in character, right? Or
I
was
know.
it?
I don't think
No,
so.
right? No.
The ancient
Okay.
red dragon, nah.
Yeah. No. Okay.
I
Yeah.
I wanted to say something. We can't trust anyone, but I do wanna share this information with other people we can deeply trust who aren't here. You know, we can't be the only ones who should know this. We should. Basically, I'm trying to say is I could mention it to my ex-wife who's far away from here. She can handle this information as well and help us out a bit.
I'm sorry, your ex-wife, Ronin? You used to be married?
Yeah, I was a married man back then, back when I was emperor, and well, when the empire fell and became a republic, she chose to become a senator, and I chose to become an adventurer, and you know, our life paths weren't matching, so we were like, let's just divorce, you know, it's better. But we're good friends. We'll still care for each other, you know.
Oh, all
Yeah.
right then. But she's all the way over there taking care of the land that you opted to not be the leader of. I don't know if she has time for our matters right now.
No, here's the thing. I do keep up to date sometimes with like what I do, just to make sure she knows I'm still around. And I was hoping that maybe you have a spell that we could use to like pass the message all the way from here quickly.
I would have to know her. I would have to be familiar with her, though. I've never met your wife, or sorry, your ex-wife in person.
Yeah, well, um, it's also part of her job to keep track of things that are happening outside the Republic. You know, external affairs is kind of her responsibility, and if this becomes a problem, then it will be, part of her job to find out and see if it's going to be a threat to the Republic. So I thought it'd be wise if we tell her this.
We'll keep that in mind if we find a way to communicate with her. For now,
Okay.
that's not an option, but I am learning how to communicate with people far and wide.
All
I
right.
just need a little more time.
Okay.
Alright,
But-
and then... Oh, yeah?
But I still think we have to, I don't know, make sure this information isn't stuck in one place. We have to.
I agree. If you can
No,
send a raven, that should do the job for now.
I could try, but I'm a bit paranoid right now, as you can see. Those can be intercepted, you know.
It's true. Alright then, we'll figure out how to communicate this to your ex-wife later on.
Out of context, so yeah, we'll find a way to contact your ex-wife.
I know, out of context, that sounds so bad.
We'll get there, buddy.
We'll get there.
Right, and then, Evraen, any thoughts you want to share? Literally anything would be ideal right now.
Cross my arm and then shrug and then look at Melina.
Did Melina try to prick her finger?
He
I don't
did
think
not.
so, man.
Okay.
Okay.
Huh.
You can't just have a tiny girl prick her finger on the box for no reason. It's fine.
Tiny.
We have a reason.
Inside.
Maybe, okay. So, question from
Question.
Sattori.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
What are we gonna do next?
Well,
That's what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
But Melina doesn't say anything.
What did you want Melina to do? To like
I just
contribute
look
to
at her,
this?
it's like, 'cause she
yeah,
asked me a
just
question and then I looked
basically
at her.
share thoughts about the situation and how we should proceed.
Okay, Melina basically says, she's along the lines of, I don't want to do her voice, but
Yeah, don't do
If-
her voice all the time.
if right now we have a lot of questions, question of whether the Pharaoh and the Montu are conspiring in this, and also the question regarding whether or not we want to open the box. It feels that the box can be put on hold, and what's more important is confirming the suspicions against the Montu and the Pharaoh, right? So what Phoebe suggested was for us to go to Ixoria and like find more information there, also find a red dragonborn, but it's clear to you guys that there's no need for a red dragonborn anymore. So that's one option. You guys can go to Ixoria and ideally meet, hopefully the Montu and the priest are there also with answers, or you could go to Amar, which is the nearest city to you guys. So you can also do that if you want to. And try to intercept the Montu that are there.
Could do that.
Yeah.
Personally, though, I do want to look more into this blue dragonborn pharaoh. I want to know if this is a person who has integrity and somebody who doesn't throw accusations left and right.
The blue dragonborn high priest who's in the green city.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm asking as a player, like Ronin's background is still, it's a nobleman, and nobles have this feature called position of privilege, where they can, I don't know, like they have, like, it's easy for them to have access or to meet with like nobility and with other, even royals, if ever, depending on their status. So I'm wondering if Ronin will take a great risk and be like, he could maybe try and ask if the Pharaoh would have an audience with them, since Ronin was like a former ruler, I guess.
Right.
That's really something.
Yeah.
I mean, you can you can ask for an audience, and then.
Yeah, that's true.
The worst thing that could happen is that our audience gets rejected.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yep.
And actually, Ronin's like, I'm actually worried if he says yes and I have to talk to him, because the thing is, when I abdicated my throne, it sent like a really huge message to the other rulers out there that, like, yeah, that could happen. A ruler could abdicate and give his wealth away to the citizens, and it's like a big middle finger to like a lot of corrupt rulers.
Yeah.
So if the Pharaoh is corrupt, as we all suspected, he might really hate my guts, as you know.
Yeah.
Understand, Ronin. If you don't want to proceed with that, then we can try other means.
Yeah. That was just an idea I threw around. But
We could spy on the Pharaoh. Well,
The sneaky rogue. I say we
Yeah.
could certainly do that, but then where would we start? And more importantly, how do we do that while maintaining integrity? Because if they are indeed not responsible for the attacks, then we just made enemies with our allies.
so you're saying, so we circle back to, we should find out if we can trust this information before we act on it.
yeah.
Exactly, because this is the new information, and we need to verify it.
So we spy on the Blue Pharaoh.
I like where you're thinking with this, Sattori. Maybe we do need to go to the Green City.
Okay. That's the plan.
I think so, yeah. Because, like, okay, we can gather some info here, right? Like, from the nobles and stuff about some of the history or how they feel about this pharaoh in general. I think we'll do that before we leave.
Okay.
So that just so that this trip wasn't completely pointless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Melina's gonna like tug on Evraen's shirt, or Evraen's like armor,
Cloak.
I guess, and then
Cloak.
cloak, and then she's gonna be like, are we really staying here for one more day?
What? What?
And then she just pipes up, all right, so we're staying here one more day to ask questions, and then we leave, promise?
All right. Well, if you want to.
You have a problem with this location.
I do not like the rain.
Yeah, she shared that with me earlier.
Oh.
It's uncomfortable.
Okay.
The storm cloaks are heavy. Everywhere it's muddy. It's gross.
She likes the lightning though, so.
The
Yeah,
the lightning is
that's
interesting. It's pretty smart, but eventually I will have to bang my head on the wall after listening to so much thunder.
I say, very well then.
You can stay in the inn if you want.
I know I
This place
can,
is
but
actually
it's boring. I miss going out and watching you guys kick ass.
I tell her, it's nice that you like seeing us do awesome things, but remember, we're on a mission.
Yes, okay. So we stay one more day, ask your questions, we leave. On the way here, I spotted a like some sort of like rest stop along the way. So she tells you that on the way, like between Exoria and Azraq, there's like a nearby town in the middle of the desert, and there are like lots of signs saying that, you know, fun here, like there's a like sign saying like hotels and inns, and then like amusement park. So like it's fucking. So she's like, can we go there, after everything? We're going to Exoria anyway, and then Akdar after, so it's along the way.
I cross my arms and I just say, "Well, I'm not paying for that though. Are you?"
I can pay for it. Yeah. Just a few hours. a few hours.
Okay then. Sounds fun.
Very
Wait,
well.
you're going by yourself? Shouldn't... I
No,
don't
no.
know.
No, I mean we're all going there.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay.
Hmm. We could,
We might learn something while we're there.
I mean, as long as she's paying. And then I kind of
Yeah. Oh,
I kind of give her a smirk.
you what did Evraen say?
I kind of give her a smirk after I said like, as long as she's paying.
Yeah. Melina tries to really like sell the idea. Yeah. Think about it. Like a lot of people could like stop by there from like the different cities, and we can meet a whole bunch of people, ask them questions, you know, in her accent.
Yeah, and I say, very well, we can do that. It's a
Not
long
a
way
bad
after
idea.
all.
Yeah.
Yes. So tomorrow then.
After we've done our business here, tomorrow.
No, it's still early. So you do your business now. I'll wait here in the inn.
She wants us to leave badly.
And then we go
I'll be
tomorrow.
going with her. She does though.
Yeah, I mean, regardless though, Satan is going to spend an adequate amount of time, however much that will be,
Okay.
to
Yeah.
gather info here.
All right. This is just segueing to Evraen and Melina's highlight session next week.
I understand, yeah. So, yeah, like, we don't have to do information gathering here, but you can tell us what we learned later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. But before anything else, what else do you guys want to do? Cause if you have any questions about anything, you can ask them now if you have them now, and I'll try to my best to answer them. But if I feel like I need more prep, then I'll send it in a DM or through the chat in the future.
Okay. Is there info gathering about the...
About the blue pharaoh, right?
yeah.
What's
Blue High
the
Priest.
guy like?
Priest, yeah.
Blue high priest. Oh, blue high priest. Yeah. What's
Okay.
the guy like? That's one question.
Okay.
What's the general consensus of this person?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, is he like a huge prick, or is he like the most beloved man on all
Okay.
Earth?
What I can
Is he
tell you
like a
is he's not beloved at all. He's more feared.
Wonderful.
He's more feared than beloved, I'll say. He does have some loyal followers. It's like okay, so the blue dragonborn citizens love him, right? Or like that he's in power. The kobold citizens, second class citizens, they hate his guts. Cause he's not doing anything to change their situation over there.
Ooh.
I see.
What
Like
else?
some Aryan shit right there, man.
Aryan?
Yeah.
The Aryan race supremacy sort of vibes.
Yeah.
Bro, they killed millions of people. That's like nowhere near what they did.
Oh yeah, that's true. So
I was like,
It's
so much
only-
way, hold up.
His only crime is being complacent to,
You
the
have to-
status that benefits his power. So, that,
You haven't killed anyone though, right? Like literally like made people disappear.
You don't know
The
that.
complacency, that's what Raffe said. Okay, not enough for people to notice anyway.
I guess so.
It's not that bad if people are noticing holy shit at the back.
You don't have to be Hitler to be like bad. To be
Yeah.
bad.
It's just you can be Hitler if no one notices you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Aside from
Hitler.
aside from
He's secret Hitler.
aside from info on the blue high priest, what else do you guys want to know?
Okay, so he's not exactly a nice guy.
There's not
I
a
mean,
Alright,
I mean,
I just want to ask, since I have mercenary contacts, my police with background.
yeah.
Is the Montu hiring any mercenaries? I mean, I want to do it now because, like, the process of like going one by one doing conversations. Now that we're just like streamlining it.
yeah.
This time I just want to offer my background and just like are anyone? Will I know if the Montu or the Emperor or fucking High Priest are hiring mercenaries to do their thing?
Hiring mercenary. What's your background? Let me review
I'm
your
a merc.
characters.
I'm a merc. I'm gonna read it to you. I got it open.
Okay. You know the
Vision
mercenary
Recurs.
life as someone who's experienced
Yep.
it.
Yep.
You're able to identify
have-
mercenary Interesting.
And then I have that. What do you call it? I have Sergeant Mark and Jameson. Jameson.
Drink some.
And Horn of the Ram, but then Horn of Ram is not really a mercenary group. They're an established order. So,
They're an established order, yeah.
yeah, so like, but I know the mercenary people since I work with them as a freelancer.
Sure.
So would I, during that time, like, is there like someone, Azraq, or what's that place name?
It's a rab.
Azraq, yeah. Is there like any mercenary group that I could talk to? Azraq, yeah. Is there any mercenary group that I can get information from if the Montu are hiring? I mean, that's not the most, like, what do you call this? That's not very suspicious asking that, right? Or like I guess it's more suspicious if I do start asking if the Emperor is hiring mercenaries, but the Montu, seems like
yeah.
that might be something
I feel
that I
like
can get from.
when you ask people like if the Monto are hiring mercenaries or
That's okay, right?
it's okay
like,
because
yeah,
because
the
the
Montu,
yeah, the Monto ask help they're asking help from you right now. So
yeah, right. So that's like, so specifically, do they like, is there like a group of mercenaries they're hiring? Like a name, like a fucking boy band? I don't know.
I want to think about this because it might because part of me also doesn't want to give you the answer now while you guys are in Azraq because
Yeah.
because whatever
It's
information
time, right?
no, like whatever information Evraen would get from this here, it doesn't make sense why Sarab, the World Tracer Landkeeper, doesn't know and wasn't able to tell Satan about it.
That is true.
So we can reserve that information for when you have your highlight session next week. and you
Okay.
guys go to the amusement park in the desert, or like it's like Las Vegas. it's
Las
like,
Vegas.
it's like you guys go to like the Las Vegas of Tarin next week, and
Nice.
then
It's on a desert too. Lovely.
and
Oh,
then
it's like the entertainment district.
Yeah, so just saying that it is very specific, it does technically tell me like about a lot about different mercenaries.
okay.
Yeah,
It
so
makes
it's
sense.
any
It makes sense
commanders, reputation leaders.
It
was
makes sense
hired
for them.
recently, by the way.
Yeah, it makes sense for them to hang out in a place like Las Vegas too. Like, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it does make sense for them to be there.
Okay.
Smirk Haven, you know.
Okay then.
So I guess I will also fuck it. I will intimidate people to give me information regarding the Emperor hiring underneath fucking what do you call this? Boy bands to help him out.
Okay.
My boy.
I mean, by the end of the day, mercenaries are just boy bands or girl bands. They're like
Okay.
girls in there.
M Fatale, you know.
So just gonna throw it out there.
Yeah.
Last whale.
Give you more info next week for this.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah, go around.
Is it general knowledge like how long did the Pharaoh rule? The current Pharaoh ruled over Ixoria?
Yes. It is part of their history here. Okay, so there's no specific time that a pharaoh can rule, but this is their process. Which I already shared to Lincoln. Lincoln, do you want to share it to them, or I'll just do
Oh
it?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, go, tell me.
So I'm pulling it up.
Yeah.
So okay. So basically, I'll start here. No, Wayne, a pharaoh is required to
Yes.
produce.
Yes.
Okay. So basically, guys, in Tarin or in Ixoria, a pharaoh is required to produce at least one son from each chromatic clan. So they gotta get busy. Then, when a son is born, he is taken away from their clan and raised in the capital city of Ixoria. The pharaoh must keep producing children until all 5 colors have been represented by a son.
Whoa.
So it's actually a lot of potential for things to go wrong, like especially if the women are crazy or something.
Oh, God.
Okay.
It's way different than how my forefathers did it to keep the dynasty.
Indeed. Okay, in older times, children would grow up and be trained in war and strategy. There would be a tournament to the death among the pharaoh's sons to determine who would be the next pharaoh.
Oh, jeez.
That is crazy.
In older times, but currently, in recent times, instead of tournaments, the sons would grow up with good education, pick up skills, and hone their natural talents. They would still be taught how to fight as tradition. They would not face each other in combat other than in friendly sparring matches. So instead of fight to the death, it's sparring matches. The youngest son came of age, the high priests would evaluate them carefully in several categories and recommend the son suited to rule next. So this is actually a point here. High priests would evaluate them.
Mm-hmm.
Let's remember that. Yeah, although the current pharaoh makes the final decision. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it really varies how often the pharaoh gets replaced, because all the chromatic clans have to be represented by a son, right? And then the son has to be raised, and only when the youngest of the 5 becomes like of the proper age, that's when they start like getting evaluated and everything. So a pharaoh could rule for a long time or a short time if he bears sons right away. Or if a pharaoh were to become corrupt, they could easily choose to like kill their newborn sons if ever they got a newborn son from that chromatic clan, and then just claim that, oh, I have not born a son yet from this clan.
Oh.
So it's quite possible that that could happen if the pharaoh were
Messed up
corrupt.
shit, dude. Oh my god.
My God, they couldn't just point to the eldest and be like, "It's you. You do it."
The reason why they do this, Raffe, is because before they had the pharaoh,
Mhm.
they the different cities would always fight each other, right?
Ah.
So here in my lore, it's like this: Karsgad, or Exoria, or currently named Exoria, is the original home of the Dragonborn, but the Metallic and Gem Dragonborn traveled through the mountains and started a new civilization, with Hadan being the first settlement, the one like by the mountains.
Uh-huh.
But the Chromatic Dragonborn stayed in Exoria and split into the different cities. They fought each other a lot and eventually decided that each family, each clan would build their own settlements away from the capital. And then, so in order to figure out who would lead them, they decided to do this whole pharaoh thing. And so that it would be fair and like each clan has a chance to lead, that's why the pharaoh has to produce an heir from each chromatic clan and then be evaluated properly, so that so that the pharaoh is not always black or always green or always red.
Right.
Yeah,
No dynasty shit.
that's why.
The opposite of what we did.
There you go. Yeah, like there's a lot of ways that this whole system could have gone wrong. And that's why we need to investigate this high priest first. 'Cause he's the X factor. Actually, everything's the X factor, but he's like the X factor, I guess.
There is also another thing that could help us decide. Well, I'm hoping it doesn't happen, but if this city, specifically the temple, gets attacked because its last known location was the box was last located there, then that could also confirm our guesses, you know?
I don't know about that. You're thinking that perhaps these assailants are after this artifact?
Yeah, which is
Possible.
possible. But hopefully it doesn't happen.
That means that if that's true, we have an even bigger target painted on our backs then.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
So I guess the best course of action is, since we gathered all. Wait, what other questions do we have actually? Like, what about?
So I was gonna say, or Ace, do you have anything you want to clarify? Because I think I'll do mine last.
We've already asked about the general consensus on the guy. I
Okay.
can't think of anything else. Yeah, I think that's it. That's all Sattori would at least think of.
Okay. And then for me, the last thing I wanted to know was the history between this high priest, the blue dragonborn high priest, and the current pharaoh, because I think that will paint a clearer picture of, you know, their ecosystem or how they interact with each other.
Got it. That's a good question.
They're besties.
Might be, or they might be like, it's kind of like Knives Out situation between.
I know, right? I love it.
No, might be. You never know, man.
All right.
Drama.
If there aren't any more questions, I can wrap up the session.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I'll find the answer to that someday. It doesn't have to be today.
All right. So You guys spend the rest of your day going around the city asking questions. It is interesting though, as you have now assumed that there is a larger target painted on your back. You go around the city and ask these questions, and a lot of people are now like more quiet around you, side eyeing you,
Oh shit.
looking at your group very suspiciously.
Oh,
And
jeez.
they do answer their questions, but they're slower in answering, as if like thinking of the right of like being more careful with their words. Basically, they're not as relaxed as they were when you first arrived.
Oh.
You guys finish your investigations for the day. You return back to the Nidoten Witch, and you rest for the night. For the next day, you will be leaving Azraq and heading to the. I want to call it like the Las Vegas of Tarin. I want to call it like something like
Not Las
That's the
Vegas, but
Arabic.
spelled backwards.
no. I
Oh,
wanna
no.
The South Arabic.
no. I wanna call it like something Oasis, like Mirage Oasis. Is that the same thing, Mirage Oasis?
Oh, just say Mirage. Mirage is like a prostitute name.
Oh no.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah, the Mirage.
Yeah.
So you guys
What's
going?
up with your prostitutes tonight?
The Oasis
know.
Wonderwall.
Yeah,
Just like,
So that is what you guys will be where you guys will be heading to the next day. Satan, as you wind down again and like go into your trance, you receive this vision one more time.
Oh, jeez.
You find yourself in a dark forest. The leaves open up to a hill. The grass loses its color until it is a dark black at the top of the hill, and you find a blackened tree. This was not clear in your previous visions, but it seems that the black tree is emanating a burnt smell, and beside the tree and by the grass and ground around it, there are scorch marks. There are no leaves on this tree. Instead they are black feathers, and they have fallen, withered away, and they burn into and they dissipate into ash. And the tree slowly falls. As the tree falls, the tree breaks into ash and like coal, and what's left is a stump. From the tree line around it, you see a faint red streak across your peripheral vision, until like on the far opposite side of the clearing, you see through between two trees a red fox. The red fox enters the clearing and goes around the stump and lays atop of it. The darkness from the sides and like where the forest is creeps inward to consume the stump, but the red fox stands its ground, barking at the darkness, keeping it away. The red fox does this for what seems to be hours in your vision, or a long time, until she grows tired. The fox lays down on the stump and seemingly falls asleep, but dies. And the fox's corpse withers away as if it's like a time lapse of her body decaying, and the bone turns to dust, and from the dust in the middle of the stump, a sapling emerges and grows, and amidst all of this darkness and black, we see green and we see life. And that is where we're going to end the session, episode 5 of Tipping the Scales.
Yeah.
What
Good shit.
is this dream?
I already know.
Good shit. Good shit, everybody.
It's gonna be depressing.
Good shit,
Gonna be
everybody.
depressing.
GG, well played, everybody.
Yeah.
While I close the video. Bye bye.
Like and subscribe.
Or subscribe.
God.
Give it like. Comment.
Thank you so much for watching Tipping the Scales episode 5. That was the highlight session for Satanael. Next session is going to be Evraen's. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Oh, before I forget.
It's not her dream.
Before I forget, you guys level up. Okay, bye-bye.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Fuck yes.
And that is it. See you guys next time. Bye-bye. Peace. Love. GG, well played. See you next time. Bye-bye.